Move it forward to Sunday. Set off with Sunday ones. But anyway, uh, how about we shall play that little clip again? Just a couple things. Then we'll continue with clip. So now, what? Uh, are we having some little problems again here? Hold on, because I'm not sure here if we're going some sort of trouble again. Hold on. So, like I said, Sleepy Joe Biden will literally get US in a huge war with Russia, or yes, even for it. If you go and think of the whole shenanigans here, it's so very much of thing. Remember how medium, the media mob going on and mocking President Trump of his age and all sort of stuff, but when it comes to Joe Biden, I don't know. Can't even mock him or we will mock you. And that's what really indicates you here for when you go and see for yourself uh by means of thing here that Sleepy Joe Biden very cognitively frail, he's weak. He's not like nothing to be compared, nothing to be gee, nothing to be compared of Joe Biden back then. The current Joe Biden is so very different. Cognitive weak, it's like nothing like before. So freaking different. And uh by the midst of thing here, I'm not time going on and actually uh I'm not trying to go on here and put some things trying to uh totally mock him so much. Like that's not my point here. Like uh I'm not trying to mock Joe Biden too much. Like just a little bit. Not too much. So in the by the way of it, uh remember how Putin responds to Joe Biden's attacks? They literally Putin said this that quote they I didn't remember it. I'm just gonna say it straight. So Putin said that he wanna partly go have a one-on-one debate with Joe Biden live, eh, live on the air. So I have no pretty much idea on how it will be uh how it will be the thing here. But he's so very cognitive different here. It's nothing to make comparison on back then. If you take a look on America right now, with immigration is actually worse. It's not so good, like not looking good at all. Can tell you. So in the best of it here, uh, what I can provide you right now is the most prominent evidence that Joe Biden is not a way back then. So he's having a lot of gosh. He's not a perfect man to be a president, and I even wonder like why that man become president when he's so very cognitively frail. Pretty much really changed the result for sure. Because like when they first of most all when I heard these things, I was shocked but not only that I was shocked, uh basically I was thinking like when I saw that thing, like when I heard that they suddenly declared Joe Biden as the next president elect, like I can already like something goes on my mind when I hear about it. Like, I was thinking something's very fishy here. Yes, like something's so very fishy. Something odd happening. So can even kind of say about it. Like, if I go around and talk about the election thing, pretty much Susan Wojcicki and Zuckerberg gonna go after me if I go and talk about the election stuff for the whole show. But I'm not gonna do that because basically, uh, Susan Wojcicki and Mark Zuckerberg will certainly gonna go after me if I did that. So that's why I went. That's why I'm kind of talking about it in some segment here. So as of right now, uh, Sleepy Joe is probably hiding on his bunker basement. Now imagine this. In the past 50 days, no press conference. He's been hiding on his bunker basement. So, uh, let's get to move point here. So, certainly, uh, the Conservative Party of Canada is started their convention. And they have their little convention here. And not only that, even this excluded from the speaker. From, like the people who were supposed to be speaking at the convention. Like, if you've been wondering, oh, what if Pierre Poilievre was included, if their slogan is included there, if Jason King is included, like I can tell you, Pierre Poilievre and like Pierre Poilievre, their slogan, and Jason Kennedy, three of them are being excluded from it. I think they pose some kind of threat to, like some kind of threat to Aaron O'Toole. Think for his, maybe Aaron O'Toole is hiding something here. I can tell you. If you think about the recent Oliver, he's the most absolute finance critic of for the conservatives. Like he's the most absolute number one finance critic. How about we should see? Here's some. Uh, so as you can see, Pierre Poilievre, he's the most absolute finance critic. Like every day, like he's going on in the parliament and launching attacks on Trudeau. Like he's basically planted the liberals. Here's some little things here. But as an intro, finance.
Currently, the Prime Minister loves to brag about what he calls big, fat government programs. Maybe if he had focused on smart, results oriented programs, we wouldn't have the highest unemployment rate in the G7, the worst vaccination rate in the G7. And out of 15 countries measured by the McDonald-Laurie Institute, the 11th, we're ranked 11th on the COVID misery index. Why did he spend so much to achieve such miserable results for the health and livelihoods of Canadians?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister. I hate to correct the member on his facts, but Japan is a member of the G7. By taking quick and necessary action, we saved millions of jobs, provided support to millions of families, and kept more businesses solvent. With CERB, with flexible EI, with recovery benefits, with wage subsidy, with rent support, with CEBA. Of course, we hear the Conservatives say we spent too much too quickly. When we turn to recovery, we will regain the jobs lost by making targeted investments, including in training and creating jobs. We knew that the best way through this pandemic was to be there for Canadians, and that's exactly what we did.
The Honourable Member for Carleton.
Well, congratulations. The Prime Minister knows that Japan is in the G7. Japan has 1/10 the COVID fatality rate of Canada. So let's start judging results. He's delivered the highest unemployment rate in the G7. The worst and now we find from a scientific and statistical study of health and well-being, he has delivered among the highest levels of misery for the biggest price. Why does the Prime Minister judge his success simply by how expensive he can be, not by how many lives he can save?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we know this has been a hard year for Canadians, and we've all had to look out for each other. We're grateful for Canadians' hard work and resilience, and as we said, we have their backs. We know it hasn't always been easy, and we've ensured easy access to digital tools and resources that provide information and support. Wellness Together Canada has provided hundreds of thousands of Canadians with confidential support during the tough times of this pandemic. If anyone needs support, we'll be there for them.
The Honourable Member for Carleton.
What was that? Is he really going to expect us to believe that when I ask him about having the worst vaccination rates, the worst jobless rate, among the highest misery rate during COVID, the best he can do is stand up and read some talking points that were written for him by his bureaucrats? Why can't he show a little bit of contrition for his failures? This Prime Minister has cost the most to achieve the worst results, and what he expects us now to do is to just continue down this failed path. If the Prime Minister wants the confidence of Canadians, will he tell them what will he change to reverse the failures that he has delivered thus far?
See, he's the most strongest critic in there, can tell you. And just by on the whole video there, you just saw the on the basis of that whole video there, uh, so very good at launching attacks. Like every there are weeks, like he go he stands in the parliament and you know launching out attacks. He's the most absolute fascinating guy there. Uh, and I don't even know why Aaron O'Toole excluded him on the convention. I have no pretty much idea why Aaron O'Toole basically uh excluded Brett Bolivar on it. Why didn't he put Pierre Bolivar on the speaker list? Why and even why did Aaron O'Toole uh suck Bolivar out? Like, I have no pretty much idea, but clearly that Aaron O'Toole is heading towards the cancel culture. And if you also he's pleasing the left with this the whole thing here like literally pleasing the left. So even when you're like, you should be concentrating on who you're voting for because particularly not all is only just a puppet now. Aaron the toll as KBJ Johnson calls him, but can tell you like why even try to basically stop their whatever out the why the basis reason like for what I think their Sloan and Bolivar is kind of posing threat and auto. Yeah. And if you've been wondering how the Conservative Party of Canada held their convention, just like they did they put the Democrat there, they go on like so boring Zoom stuff. But like they went on Zoom, so boring, like boring stuff. And I can tell you that the only things that being happening here like so freaking disgusting. And also, if you go ahead and see for yourself how is this being, you know, done, then you can find it so kind of disgusting. But uh when you go and see first, when you go and wonder why uh why Aaron O'Toole literally uh why Aaron O'Toole basically wait no they didn't tell you he's not poor there. Uh I think in my basis opinion that I think we need to bring Stephen Harper back as the leader of Conservative Party. Uh, uh, for me, I'm gonna still voting for Rob Carbone in the Republican of part of the Republican. Yep. So if they're still going ahead on voting for Rob Carbone in the Republican Party of Canada, and here's another thing here. So uh the most of thing here, uh, and I feel not told, but uh, most of thing here, folks. Uh, basically, some little breaking news here that I haven't put out yesterday. So, yes, Pastor James Coates is set to be released without any conditions. Basically, the Crown dropped all the charge, dropped the charges, but dropped the charges except for one charge, meaning they hasn't dropped the whole case. So. Let's see how Pastor James Oates will even, you know. But I think that basically uh, the current, like the Conservative Party of Canada under the leadership of Norton had become totally disgraced. Suffering in this case. So they have fallen from grace and value, and uh gonna I'm playing this little video here for around 2 3 minutes.
O'Toole has hired the former and has quietly removed the. As you know, in recent weeks, O'Toole has hired the former vice president of Huawei Canada and has quietly removed the Ban Huawei petition from the Conservative Party page. I'm worried about the direction the party is going. We'll see in his speech tomorrow how he wants to present himself to the country. Really, this is his last chance, in my opinion, before the campaign begins. And if you scroll through the party's official convention page, you'll start to see what Aaron O'Toole's version of the Conservative Party looks like. Here's on screen a list of the official speakers of the conference. You'll notice, obviously, Jason Kenney is not on there, but neither is Pierre Poilievre. Poilievre, of course, was demoted, and the Conservatives said, no, we're putting him in an even better position. Really? He has no position on the Speaker's roster. That's odd. He had an amazing week when the Kielburger brothers were summoned to Parliament. Take a look at this exchange between Pierre Poilievre and the Kielburgers. What was the role exactly of Mr. Chen, senior advisor to the Prime Minister, in setting up this program? I don't think he had any role in that. Mr. Is that the answer for both of you? Yes, that's correct. Who are you referring to, sir? Can you repeat this, please? Ben Chin. There was no role. Craig, no role? Not that I'm aware of. Then why did you send him a message on LinkedIn on June 27th saying, hello, Ben. Thank you for your kindness in helping shape our latest program with the government. Warmly, Craig. Sure. So I sent 100 messages because I only had 8 people on LinkedIn before that. And so that day, 100 messages went out. My EA sent them to people to join on LinkedIn, and he was one of them. Yes. I actually didn't, but sorry, my EA did. Craig, this is your message. It's signed by you. And if I could be clear, it doesn't just say, I wish you well. It says, Ben, excuse me. Thank you for your kindness in helping shape our latest program with the government. Warmly, Craig. You sent that. Did you not? I don't dispute that was sent. Sorry. You got yourself in a lot of trouble here. You've just said a moment ago you thought that the Prime Minister's senior advisor, Mr. Chen, had no role in the establishment of the program, but I have correspondence where you thanked him for helping shape that very program. It's rare that a political committee meeting is that riveting, that gripping, just for show factor, let alone for actually achieving conservative goals. Pierre Poilievre is a star, which is maybe why he was left off the roster. But look who's on the roster. As you can see, one of the speakers is named Walid Solomon. He's not an MP. Who's he? Well, he works for one of the largest law firms in the world. He was best known as Patrick Brown's best friend and ally in his disastrous pro-carbon tax leadership of the provincial Conservative Party. Walid Solomon has also been accused of being soft on Islamism. He's denied that and sued anyone who said that about him, including other conservatives. Having Walid Solomon on the platform of speakers and banning the likes of Jason Kenney and Pierre Poilievre says a lot about the direction of Aaron O'Toole. Click on related events on the website. The first thing that comes up is another scary indicator. Again, these aren't official party events, but these are events that the party is promoting on their website, advertising to people to join. And you can see it's by a group called Clean Prosperity. What's that? Well, you can probably guess. That's a global warming activist group. I don't know how they got on this list. I assume they paid money to Aaron O'Toole. And of course, Aaron O'Toole is proud to be associated with them, unlike, say, Rebel News, Pierre Polyev, or Derek Sloan. I find it deeply troubling, these little indicators. We'll see in the speech tomorrow night. I'm not prejudging it, but recent events tells me I should have a low expectation. Tomorrow's speech is at 5:15 p.m. I imagine there'll be a little preamble video, a prepared, produced video that shows the great successes 6 months as party leader. Well, if that were the case, it would be quite a short video. This is when he needs a bump. Parties often.
Alright, folks. I certainly be right back. So, I'm back, folks. Here's what I can tell you. I don't think Aaron O'Toole has any chance of I don't think that Aaron O'Toole have the ability and chance to win a majority and become a prime minister. I don't think so. And not only that here, uh, I think the election will be happening this year or this spring or for the I'm not even sure. But certainly I'll be voting for the RBC, Republican Party of Canada. So here's what I can tell you. Uh by in the most thing here, and although I don't think Arnold has the absolute ability to make his way to the prime minister. Like, I don't think he has the chance of becoming a prime minister. I don't think so. And another thing here, folks. Uh, when you go and see how so, how Arnold is basically doing this thing, like he basically uh hired like he hired the former VP of Huawei. Like I don't know, like why would we even do that? Like why even allow Huawei? And also if you can remember that I think it's more than 5 years or I think it's more than 5 years or less than 5 years since the two might has been held as a political prisoner by the CCP by China. And I think that it has to do with uh well the Huawei executive Zizong. I don't know her name. I don't know the name. I don't remember the name that much. But uh by the most of thing here is uh how very shameful of Aaron to like uh he should be ashamed of himself. Like in the process of thing, he's just letting China get invade the army. I think the conservative part of Canada have totally fallen from grace ever since. Yet I think the CPC, aka the Conservative Party of Canada, have fallen from grace under the leadership of Erin O'Toole. And also, here is what I can absolutely point out to you right now that the Conservative Party of Canada was way much more better when I can tell you that I think the Conservative Party of Canada is way kind of looks better under the leadership of Stephen Harper, but uh, there's a petition that being put out by Rebel News. So I'm gonna show you that thing. So here. So if you wanna go and sign this petition, then go ahead. So is your first and last name, email, mobile number, postal code, then hit the sign petition. So let me just read this to you out. It's been created by Asseylum. So it says here, petition, bring back Harper. What if Arnold snatches defeat from the jaws of victory? Sign our petition if you think that we should bring back Stephen Harper to unite the Conservative Party and put Canada first. What happens if Ernotul pulls an Andrew Shear and snatches defeat from the jaws of victory? What if he just can't beat Trudeau in the up? What if he just can't beat Trudeau in the coming election? How about a proven winner, someone who's already a household name, someone who can keep the different parts of the party coalition together, and someone whose reputation for serious conservative policy is exactly what the party and the country needs. What about Stephen Harper? He's just 61 and a Jean Chrétien or Brian Mulroney. He's not interested in status and making millions in his retirement. He actually cares more about Canada than about himself. His kids grow up now. His kids are grown up now. So that makes things better, and every day that passes, his legacy looks better and better. He's a walking, talking, I told you so reminder about how awful Trudeau has been and how much better Canada should be doing. If you agree, please sign our petition to bring Harper. See, if you agree, please sign our petition to bring back Harper. If and when O'Toole get crushed this spring, we'll deliver the petition to Harper to let him know we need him more than ever. Well, yeah, I think that basically Stephen Harper will I think Stephen Harper will unite all conservatives in Canada, but I don't know. I'm not even sure if uh, I'm not even sure if Stephen Harper wants to go back. Because I don't know if Stephen Harper wants to run for political offices again. I don't know if he's interested on running again. I'm not even sure, but well, I can tell you that it would be good to have Stephen Harper back as the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. You know, just saying here, folks, because uh, we're in the midst of thing here. Uh, Stephen Harper is the most absolute fascinating guy, I think. Uh, in the basis thing here, that uh, Harper doesn't take this thing. Like, he basically doesn't take his retirement for granted for sure. Yeah, but I think it will be a super great idea if we're gonna have Stephen Harper back as the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. That's my basis. That's the basis of my opinion and my own perspective view here. But it's totally up to you if you're gonna sign if you want. it's gonna be totally up to you if you want to have Stephen Harper back as a new president or not. It's totally up to you. And by the way, here, uh, main basis of thing here. Uh, let's see. So, but anyways, so there's some devices that China uses to spy on Western nations like Canada. Take a look at this.
Feel like you're being watched? Hackers can see what you just found your first home. Now it's time to get your mortgage. You can go to your bias.
Hey folks, just a quick update about that fascinating legal case involving Alarco, the owner of Super Channel, versus four retail store chains, namely Best Buy, Canada Computers, London Drugs, and Staples. You see, these are all established retail operations. Your personal information is being compromised by the mandarins in Beijing. I think that's called a deal with the devil. Indeed, check out these streeters I conducted outside a Best Buy store in Vaughan, Ontario last year when we first got wind of this story. Take notice of how the attitudes of people change when they are actually informed about the hacking capabilities of these piracy devices. I'm just asking people here today, sir, if you could pay a couple $100 to get a box that would bring in almost unlimited free TV and movie content to your TV, would you buy such a device?
I would.
Okay. Now, what if I told you by buying such a device, and they actually sell them here at Best Buy, it would also mean that you would be infecting your computer with made in China malware and spyware that is almost impossible to get rid of. Would you still buy that device?
No.
If you had the opportunity to buy a device for a couple $100 that would give you unlimited access to free TV and movies, would you buy that device?
Probably, yeah, depending on what it is.
Okay. Now, what if I told you, sir, the catch is that these devices are being sold and Best Buy sells them, but they are with malware and spyware. These are made in China boxes, of course. Would you still, I guess, give up your privacy if it meant getting free TV and free movies?
Not at all, no.
Okay, then. So in other words, it sounds like a good deal, but when you read the fine print,
Too good to be true.
and so it is that in an Edmonton courtroom earlier this month, Alarco asked for an injunction that would prohibit those four stores from selling these devious devices, at least until the judge renders his decision one way or the other. Now, to date, that judge has yet to make his decision on this matter, and the trial resumes today in Edmonton. Supposedly, there will be an excess of legal wrangling, but a decision might be forthcoming, so stay tuned for that update. Incidentally, I've reached out to the four stores. All of them have declined comment. That's okay. They aren't obligated to answer journalists when it comes to their alleged nefarious business dealings, but they do have to answer to a judge. And I think the arguments that will be selling piracy devices will prove more fascinating than anything found on any reality TV program. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies.
Folks, have you received one of those Wuhan virus tickets? If so, please reach out to us. Go to fightthefines.com. That's fightthefines.com. If you've been given one of those $880 tickets or worse, we
But anyways, so now there you have it. So pragmatically here that uh there's no actual evidence or so, but there's a possibility that China is using that kind of device to you know get some critical information that they want. But I can tell you, if you're looking for if you're wondering who's US president who's been so tough on China, that will be President Donald Trump. He's literally standing up against China 100%. And well, in tell you, uh, basically the most of thing here is there's a huge possible chance that the CCP talking about China is using the kind of device to spy on us. But that's where we will find out once that being reached to the court. But anyways, remember this little freaking thing where they bragging out like climate change and stuff. Like they using every method of tool to scare people. And they're apparently banning the single-use plastics basis in the name of climate change. But I can tell you, apparently the single-use plastics are being used to create PPEs, like face shield and you know, they basically banning it in the name of climate change. Wow. Imagine how crazy it is. Just imagine how crazy this thing had become. Can tell you. And in the midst of, by the way, here, folks, uh, I missed that the thing, like, in the basic thing here, that uh, they're banning things, like they're banning single-use plastic, and was yes, they're getting rid of fossil fuels, the coals, yeah, like they're getting rid of fracking fossil fuels, and now even single-use plastics, all in the name of climate change. And let me tell you, once again, like go ahead, let me just go ahead and clarify this out. Once again, climate change is a hoax. Yes, climate change is a hoax. And the basis of thing here is hoax. Uh, if you've been wondering what else they're gonna ban, like what else they will ban, like what other stuff they will put and ban in the name of so-called climate change. Well, you might never know, but I can tell you right now that basically not only that they trying to get rid of fossil fuels and fracking, they're also going after single-use plastics. And remember this, they Sleepy Joe Biden literally uh they just with a stroke of his pen they literally uh kind of banned the Keystone Pipeline, will which kind of kills a tons tons of thousands of jobs. But what I can tell you is uh the most of thing here is they keep bragging about this, and not only that they keep bragging about it, so not only that they going and bragging about this thing, uh, they remember like they basically saying, "Oh, we're just like in the 12 minutes." Remember that folks like they remember of the left saying, "Oh, if we don't do something right now, they oh 12 minutes, like 12 years, like oh look where we're like look where just take a look where we are right now." Yes. And the most precisely thing here, uh, this whole climate change hoax is being just, is, if you've been wondering who the one came up with this, it's basically Al Gore, the basis of my thing here. Uh, but the most absolute fascinating fact is climate change is a hoax. And if you wanna, like, if basically the left will gonna make, then they're gonna go, you know. But anyways, here's some little clips here.
Was wearing this. That smells really good. Smells like my
Climate and change. I guess he wants to give climate change added gravitas by making this term a proper name or something. But wait a second, going back to that COVID thingy, can you imagine the pickle we'd all be in these past 12 months without single use plastics, i.e., PPE? Oh, but no, for David West, reducing one's carbon footprint is far more important than sanitation or hygiene or protection from viruses. I sought clarity from the Ward 4 wizard and sent off an environmentally friendly email to him because I wanted to know exactly how vested he was in climate change in this day and age in which global economic lockdowns abound. Too many good businesses are bankrupt and millions of people the world over are out of work. You see, I recently interviewed Mark Moran, DC-based ClimateDepot.com. The focus of the interview was the fact that climate change advocates, if you can believe it, folks, actually look upon the carnage that was created by the Wuhan virus as being a good thing. That's because the recent economic smackdown has indeed resulted in lower carbon emissions the world over during these past 12 months. Yeah, I guess mothballing factories and retail stores and with people no longer having to drive to work or go to restaurants or movies or gyms, yeah, I guess that kind of effect will kick in, I suppose. But get this, the climate change Cassandras are now advocating that virus or no virus, they want the entire world shut down COVID style every 2 years. It's good for reducing carbon emissions, you see. Call it the COVID Olympics at double speed. Anyway, I wanted to know if Mr. West was on board with this cockamamie idea too. Alas, he never got back to me, but then again, like so many of his ilk, ranging from David Suzuki and Al Gore to Greta Thunberg, David West is a climate change hypocrite. Oh, sure, he wants the common folk to be denied plastic single-use utensils and packaging when it comes to their meals. He wants the great unwashed masses to always carry around reusable knives and forks and plates. Oh, and by the way, good luck getting through airport security with that, folks. And sure, he wants Joe and Jane Average to revert back to Neanderthal mode and eat with their hands. But guess what? David West doesn't practice what he preaches. Shockers. Just check out this video footage I shot of West at his office a while back when he was on a lunch break. At the time, I was asking why he voted to ban the playing of O Canada prior to city council meetings. Yeah, this guy actually wanted the national anthem canceled along with single-use plastics. I guess whether it's carbon or patriotism, it's all garbage in the eyes of David West. Anyway, check out this clip and pay special attention to what's taking up some real estate upon the desk. I thought it was a commentary worthy at the time. Take a gander. Mr. West, hi. I'm just here to interview councillors, but it's about the O Canada issue.
No, right now I'm having my lunch.
Quick question. You voted against O Canada originally. Did you see that? A styrofoam cup, plastic bag, foil wrap.
See, that all that hypocrisy is
Ever get the feeling you're being
So yet again, folks, it's one law for me and one law for thee when it
yeah.
comes to our elected officials preaching to the little people from their ivory towers. Speaking of which, have you ever noticed how the likes of Suzuki or Gore, you know, the folks who relish in making our lives miserable via economic stagnation, do you ever notice how they never miss a paycheck or have their revenue streams eclipsed? So while you suffer, they continue to prosper. I guess that's why these individuals are so completely without empathy to the common man and common woman. But there is a silver lining, folks, because on the back page of David West's single-use paper-based correspondence, ouch, more hypocrisy, the jolly councillor of Ward 4 invites his constituents to his 5th annual Maple Syrup Festival, slated for this Sunday, 10 a.m. till noon. Oh, yummy! Bread and circuses, flapjacks and maple. Hey, 3 cheers for Councillor David West.
proving to the people of Richmond Hill that there is some delicious nourishment awaiting them during these dark times. Oh, but wait now. The flyer notes there is a new format this year. You see, attendees will not be going into the woods and spiking maple trees for syrup to put on their pancakes. That's because this year's festival is virtual. Oh, joy, think of the fun we shall all have sitting in front of our computers watching, oh, I don't know, David West eating his pancakes. Now that's entertainment. But then again, maybe it makes sense to put a kibosh on a real flapjack festival. After all, have you ever eaten a pancake smothered in maple syrup and butter with your bare hands? Because you just know that climate crusader David West, he doesn't want anyone bringing single-use plastic utensils into the pristine forests of Richmond Hill. So it's probably
Yeah, this blend of hypocrisies. But anyways, so before I go, yes, hold on. So just wanna show you some common things here. Something happens last night during the midnight.
Everybody to call 911, report this to York Region PD. Illegally arrested. Call my lawyer, Jody Burks, 416-738-4639. Call my lawyer, 416-738-4639. Being illegally arrested. Call 911. Being illegally arrested. Call 911. York Region PD is illegally arresting me. Call my lawyer, 738-4639. 4639. They're trying to arrest me illegally. I haven't done anything wrong.
Chris, you're under arrest.
What did I do? What's the common nuisance? What did I do? Tell me. I'm not getting out of the car until you tell me. I'm not getting out. Look, cough there. Cough there. I'm not getting out of the fucking car. You're on my property. Get off my property. Everybody's watching this right now. It's live. It's live. And I'm going to bring people in the live. I'm going to bring this is. What disturbance? You said I caused a disturbance. I'm not getting out of the car. Call 911, everybody. Report this to York Region PD.
I would suggest that you go and mute it or you know leave or even don't watch it. Like uh, basically once again, so they up to you.
I'm going down hard for this. I'm not getting out of nothing. They pulled me over before. They pulled me over illegally because I was driving my boss's car. So they wanted to check if the license was suspended. It wasn't. Now they're going to grab me in my own fucking driveway. I'm not getting out of the car. They're going to have to break the window, take it. They're going to have to break my boss's car. And then I'm going to charge you guys with assault. I'm going to do a prevent. Get your hand out of the fucking car. Get your hand out of the car. You do not touch me. I'm not getting out of the car. I am not under arrest. I did not do anything wrong. Get the fuck away from me. Get away from me. Call my lawyer. People come here. Everybody come to my house. 15230 Keel Street, King City, Ontario. Everybody come here now. Let's teach these fuckers a lesson. Everybody come to my house. Call 911. Call my lawyer, Jody Burks. We're not getting out of this. Get the fucking head out. Look, you try to go in the car. Next time you reach your hand in there, you're getting charged, buddy. What's your name and badge number? Tell everybody what. Get out of here. Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Don't you fucking touch me. I'm in the backseat. Get the fuck. This is my property. You're not welcome on my property. You do not have a warrant for my arrest. That is a bullshit charge, and you're not taking me nowhere.
But anyways, so that's a thing of it. So if you wanna see the whole content, then go to his Instagram page at Real Chris Kai and Basically, uh, the means of thing here, folks, uh, they try to intimidate him. It's all pure BS and intimidation. So, so basically, he wins. But anyways, uh, that's it for it. Thanks for paying attention to this yep to my show. So as always, yes, please don't forget to make a donation /u/jgkyhk paypal.com/paypalme /programmento.com/Asseylum Justin Villamor. So don't you worry because once I got more time, I'm gonna be putting out more. I'm starting putting out content on my Patreon page. So yes, I solely appreciate it. Your generous donations, your generous support, and also just let me know if you want these buttons, how many you want, and I'll tell you personally the price. So yes, and once again, you've been denied service, you've been discriminated or being harassed by this, shopkeepers, by these freaking establishments that thinks that their policies trumps the bylaw. No, doesn't, because the bylaw part for 2020 clearly states that bylaw part for 2020 clearly states that you don't have to provide any proof of exemption, and they cannot ask for proof of your exemption. Just like when you're in wheelchair, they cannot go and I know you're just faking it. Come on, stand up. Like, come on, prove it. No, that's outrageous. So, same thing up. Same thing also applies to this mask bylaws. So, let me totally think here. So, yes, there's ways here. Please, I need so more than ever. I need your generous donations, so please do so. And also, please, yes, don't forget tomorrow is a very huge one. It's a worldwide protest. It's a global protest, like worldwide demonstration. So basically, hopefully see you guys tomorrow at Queen's Park. Remember, Queen's Park, Queen's Park, north side of Queen's Park, which is near a museum station. So basically, hopefully, see you guys there tomorrow, and also not to uh you can expect for my full report to be ready by tomorrow or Sunday. So hopefully see you guys tomorrow there at the protest. But if not, uh see you guys on Sunday in the show. So happy Friday to you all, and once again thanks for paying attention, thanks for tuning in to my show. So uh yeah, so basically now so that's it for today. So uh hopefully see you guys tomorrow then. Hopefully see you guys at the protest tomorrow, or if not, I'll see you guys in Sunday, yes, hopefully. Yes, so if I so hopefully see you guys tomorrow in the protest be- because I'm gonna be there tomorrow to cover it and also I mean be put it on uh by meaning of this day. So folks can tell you as of right now, uh tomorrow is a huge one, so please don't miss it. Please be make sure to attend. Spread the message around and get many people as much as possible. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow in the protest. Not see you guys Sunday in the show. So uh once again thanks for tuning in, thanks for paying attention to my show. So I'm really grateful for you guys on tuning in to my show every single day from Monday to Friday and Sundays. So we continue right now. Have a good night. Good night. Bye bye. Good night.